Arlene's a mess, Julian's a mess, and Julian called, Zari and said, your mom didn't want us to ruin your night, buddy, but... Hi everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So you're back with another episode of Not So Berry, and we are here with Zari. He actually just woke up for the day. It's Saturday morning. He doesn't have work, but it is New Year's Eve. And he is wanting to go out tonight, but he's actually on his phone texting Arlene right now. And so like I mentioned at the end of last episode, I was going to be accelerating Arlene's pregnancy a little bit further. I mean, it's not really that much further than the default. Default's normally 3 days. So essentially I'm just going back to the default for Arlene's pregnancy, because normally the pregnancy in my save is 9 days. But, we gotta hurry this stuff along so that Sienna can meet one of her grandchildren before she passes on. So, with Arlene's due date quickly approaching, he's over here texting her to see, hey, can I come over and see how you are? Because, the baby should be coming here soon. And I just want to know if you need anything before I go out for tonight. He did get a message from Solara the other day, and I'll pop the screenshot in here. And she was essentially asking him out. Okay, perfect. So Arlene is going to go ahead and let us come on over, which is perfect. So we're going to check in on her and make sure she's good for the baby. Anyway, Zari ended up having to, not intentionally, he ended up blowing Solara off a bit because he was busy at the time. He said, hey, why don't we, meet up tomorrow evening, which she was okay with. But then what happened was Zari got a promotion and he ended up working later into the evening, and he ended up essentially standing her up. So now Solara is a little bit not as keen on making the first move. So I mean, Zari felt bad about it. He texted her back and said, hey, sorry, I had a work thing come up. Do you want to tonight's New Year's, do you have any plans? And Solara was like definitely elated that he got back to her, but she's feeling once bitten twice shy about the stand-up. So she's like, well, me and the rest of the girls, the girls from the trailer park, we're meeting to hang out. I mean, do you want to just all hang out as a group? Because she's feeling if they all hang out as a group, it'll be like less pressure. And then if he doesn't show up again, she won't be as bummed. So he's like, yeah, why don't we do that? I'm actually going to be in San Myshuno today. There's a club out that way. Do you guys want to do that for New Year's? And she's like, sure, we could do that. So I'm going to go ahead and have him head over to Miss Arlene's. And then afterwards, they're going to do it big tonight at the Omega Lounge. So Zari is in San Myshuno now. He made it over to Arlene's apartment. And after Arlene found out that she was pregnant, she decided to move out of the place that she was living in with her mom and Andre. Which, I mean, it was definitely time. She probably would have moved out anyway, even if she hadn't gotten pregnant, because her mom had passed. And, even though Andre's her stepdad, I mean, she's grown now. She's not trying to live there anymore. So, definitely when she found out, she decided to, come out and get her own place. She's doing pretty well financially because after both her mom and her dad passed, she got, a pretty decent inheritance. So she could have lived anywhere, but she decided she wanted to live in the Jasmine Suites. So Zari is over here at her apartment, and he's all like, I don't know about this place. It's looking a little bit dingy and dark, and there's no floor. Which, someone tell me if this is how the Jasmine Suites is really supposed to look, because EA did not do this, right? They didn't really make this apartment with no floor, right? Like, this is a glitch, right? I'm hoping. Anyway, he's like, I hope it looks better on the inside than it does on the outside, because I'm not impressed. So I'm going to have him just come in. Normally it makes you have to, I guess because we used the can I come over interaction, it's not like, making us knock on the door, but I'm going to have him just come in and, see where Arlene's at. So Zari comes into Arlene's apartment, and he's like, well, I guess it does look nicer in here than it does out in the lobby. He's like, where's she at? I want to see, how far along she is. So Zari comes in, he's like, Arlene, I'm here, where are you? And she's like, I'm in the bedroom, you can come in. And Zari's like, oh, the bedroom. Slow your roll, baby boy. I'm pretty sure that's not what she means. But here she is over here. We're going to have Zari come on over. We'll give her a hug. But as you can see, baby girl is bursting at the seams. Let's go ahead and we'll give her a hug or something. Zari's gonna come on over here, and she's like, I'm in here. And Arlene's been going through it because honestly, she never meant to get pregnant. Like, she wasn't ready to be pregnant. Like, she's having, trouble dealing with it. But he's all like, you look beautiful. Look at you pregnant with our child together. And Arlene's like, thank you, Zari. I appreciate it, even though I feel as big as a house. Whoa, what was that? Oh, what was that? So I don't know, I guess Arlene's pregnancy hormones are all over the place, and Zari did lead by giving her a compliment saying that you look beautiful. So I guess she's like, maybe she leaned into it, and she's like, I have been feeling kind of down and, not really pretty, and, Zari's here, and, he's always used, our attraction to each other as a way to make me feel better. I could use a kiss maybe to make me feel better. But I guess Zari must be feeling differently now ever since Arlene said what she said on Winterfest Eve, was it, about how there's not really a future for them in a relationship because they want different things and they want to live in different places. So I think in Zari's mind, he's really trying to focus on moving forward with that. He's like, Arlene, I care about you, but it's like you said, we're not together anymore, and I don't want to play around with anybody. I want to focus on finding somebody I can spend the rest of my life with. And you did make it clear the last time we saw each other that that's not you. So I don't want to give you mixed messages and try, kissing you or making out or us woohooing anymore. If it's done, it's done. So Arlene's obviously like a little bit hurt by that because she kind of wanted that comfort, but she's like, no, you're right, sorry. It is like I said, like it would have just been, they made up. She's like, it would have just been, a bad idea if you and I went that way. I think I'm just feeling, she keeps doing it too. She is, oh my gosh. She's all like, I guess I'm just feeling insecure and falling back on the comfort you gave me before. It's hard for me to not do that right now. And he's like, I know, but you really need to stop. You and I aren't together in that way. And she's like, you're right. Maybe I should just wait till I'm not pregnant anymore, and then maybe I'll feel a bit better. And he's like, you will. And he's all like, so where do you have the baby set up? Like, what's that looking like? And she's like, well, this is a 2-bedroom apartment. So I have the baby's nursery set up next door if you want to see it. He's like, oh yeah, I do. In fact, I'm pretty sure my mom mentioned she was, dropping by. She wanted to see it too. I did tell them on, Winterfest that, we were having a baby, so they know now. And she's like, well, that's good. It's good to hear. But yeah, they can come over and see the nursery. So I think Zari is gonna go ahead and text his mom and say, yeah, Mom, you guys can come on over, because Newcrest is right by San Myshuno, and it's not gonna be too hard for Sienna and Julian to drop by just to see where the baby's gonna be. So Zari's going ahead and texting Sienna and Julian, is like, yeah, I'm at Arlene's place if you guys want to check out, where the baby's gonna be and see Arlene. She's pretty far along, so I feel like the baby's gonna be here any second. So, I mean, Zari's kind of low-key excited, even though things kind of, imploded between him and Arlene. That doesn't mean that he's not excited to be a dad. He's like, that's, what I wanted. Oh, it looks like Julian and Sienna are here. Where are they? They're out in the lobby? Okay, there's Julian. He's all like, Julian's like, wow, I just can't believe you're gonna be a dad, Zari. That's crazy. He's all like, you ready for it? And Zari's like, well, I mean, whether I'm ready or not, the baby's coming. So, I'm excited. I want to be able to see my child. He's like, well, I'm excited for you. There's nothing like being a dad. Believe me, I got to do that twice over. And, it was a wild ride. And he's like, yeah, I just hope I'm able to do it right. I want my baby to have everything they need. So he's like, where's Mom? And he's all like, she's all like, speaking of Mom, here I am. Oh, look at Sienna, miss the moment. So she's like, baby boy, look at you. She's like, any minute, right? Any minute now you could be a daddy, right? He's like, yeah, mom, I'm really excited about it. Did you guys see Arlene when you came in? And well, like, briefly, we do still need to chat with her and make sure she's got everything she needs. But, me and Julian were talking, and we were thinking that, while you're out doing New Year's Eve partying with your little friends, what if Julian and I stayed over with Arlene? You hate to see an animation error. What if we stayed here with Arlene? You hate to see an animation error. What if we stayed with Arlene, and make sure she's good? Because, it's like you said, she could give birth at any minute, right? And Zari's like, yeah, that's why I was thinking maybe I shouldn't go out tonight. Maybe I should stay here with her. And Cena's like, no, baby, you can't do that. Like, it's New Year's Eve. I remember when I was a young adult, partying out for New Year's Eve was a big deal. Go ahead and do that. But the baby comes, we'll call you, okay? And Zari's like, I guess we could do it that way. I'm just really nervous about this. And Sia's like, don't you worry, my little grandbaby is going to be in good hands between me, Julian, and Arlene. And so Zari's like, yeah, I guess so then. I guess so. But I'm going to go ahead then and just, say goodbye to Arlene. And then, like you guys said, text me if the baby comes early, okay? And Zena's like, don't worry, baby boy. I definitely will. And so Zari's going to go ahead and, there's Arlene. I guess Sienna and Julian are going to go ahead and just, spend the day here with Arlene. And Arlene's definitely happy to have them here because it's, like I've mentioned before, Arlene's parents have passed away already. Her dad has passed and her mom has passed, so she really doesn't have anybody. So, I think when Zari, after Sienna let what Zari told her sink in, I think she did see it from that perspective and say, look, is it my favorite that he's having a kid with his stepsister? Of course not. But then at the same time, this girl, she doesn't have, she doesn't have anybody. And I couldn't imagine, when I was pregnant with Zari, I had the full support of both my parents there and my brother, and it was such a help. And I just could not imagine going through birth with nobody. So she's like, you know what? This girl does not have anybody. She has us. So, I think on some way, I guess Andre might have said that, you got me too. But Andre, try as he might, he just does not know how to be a dad. So Arlene has Julian and she has Sienna, which is so cute. I love them. I might cry real tears when they die. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna. But Zari's apprehensive about leaving. Look at him. He just lifted Julian right off his feet. But he's all like, look, Mom, like I said, call me if the baby comes early. You guys can chat with Arlene, make her feel comfortable, and I can come home at any time. I'll be just down at the Omega Lounge. It's not that far away from here. It's walking distance. And Cena's like, I know, baby. You'll be fine. If the baby comes, we'll call you. Go have fun, baby. And he's like, okay, I guess I'll, head back into Strangerville and get ready. I have some work to do on my rocket. So I guess I'll do that then. So we're gonna let Zari have the rest of his day, and then we'll reconvene when he, goes out with the girls at the bar. So Zari ventured back into Strangerville, and he figured in the little bit of time he had left before he has to get ready to go out to the club, he is going to go ahead and work on his rocket. And he's been making some progress on this here rocket. As you can see, it's bigger than when the last time I showed it to you. But, it's still not done. I don't know how long it takes to make these rockets. I've never done this before. So I'm actually intrigued by seeing it get bigger. And so far, despite the fact I wasn't even sure if this would, putting it in this barn would work, but so far it seems to be working. We'll just see if it can actually launch through this thing, we'll hope. But I'm just gonna, while he's doing that, I'm gonna show you real quick the progress that we've made on the yellow house. I know I already showed you it. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. By progress, I mean additions. So, I realized that I hadn't put any photos or family photos up in Zari's house, so I actually put some of his wedding photos inside the house. Like I mentioned, I wanted to have some of the family shots be in his home, so it made more sense. So isn't this pretty? Look at this. And I did put this center picture. This was an old picture of him and his mommy. Oh, Miss Sienna before she went gray. We love to see it. But we put those pictures over there. And I put a few more over here, just some of the bigger ones. Not a lot, because I want there to still be room for Zari to put his own family pictures when he has, he gets married and has children. But there should still be plenty of room to put those up. I mean, this house is huge. If they don't all fit in the living room, they're going to fit somewhere. We've got a couple hallways. Let's bust the dust in here. Set to clean. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just let him finish that. And then when he's done, I'm probably going to have him weed the money tree. Because the sooner we start making dividends off of that, the sooner we could start, really finishing this place up. Because like I said, y'all, we got 7 rooms to furnish in here. 7 rooms. And, we're making good money. Well, we're making okay money. Zari's actually been doing really well with his career. Every single day he goes, he just ends up getting a promotion without me having to try hard at all. Honestly, I feel like that's because he has a degree. So his performance, shoots up really, really fast. And plus, because he has a degree and he ended up, he didn't max out his skills, but he ended up, gaining a whole lot on a lot of the skills he needs. It means, every single time he gets promoted that we already have the promotion tasks maxed out, because he already did these things just from, living. So, I'm assuming we're probably going to end up, at the top of this career very quickly. As you can see, we're already at level 4 of the career, and that was just, from 4 days at work. So I'm not thinking that it's always going to be a thing that's going to be I level up the career a day, but it's to the point where I actually appreciate that we won't have to try that hard. I don't know, there's something about mid-gen that really kind of made me anxious, having to feel I had to do a lot. So we're gonna use that, take that opportunity to kind of be able to do what we always do, which is focus on story. So I'm gonna let him use the bathroom because he needs to pee, and then after that we'll probably have him get ready to go out because it's actually pretty late now. So Zari made it out to the Omega nightclub, and if you guys remember or recognize this place, it's because what? No! 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 I don't even know. I don't know. I'm supposed to be. I had stuff set up for the story, you guys, and I don't even know how I'm gonna. I don't know. I wasn't ready for Sienna to leave, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't. I thought I had this one last day, and I guess I just didn't. I don't know. This is hard. But yeah, Zari just got a call. I'm gonna say it was from Julian, because they were over at Arlene's to, be with her so she could give birth any moment. I guess, he ended up having another emergency with Sienna collapsing, and she just didn't wake up. So Arlene's a mess, Julian's a mess, and Julian called, Zari and said, your mom didn't want us to ruin your night, buddy, but I have to tell you, your mom, she's gone. And so, Zari doesn't know what to feel, because on one hand, Zena told him to go out and have fun tonight. She told him that, but he's trying to not show how he feels right now. He's Mom didn't make it in time to see my baby, and he's just poor kiddo. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a bunch of buffs right now that are covering up his sad one, but he does have a loss in the family buff. He has the You're Truly Missed buff and shared sadness from a close sentiments towards someone feeling bad. But this over here is I guess the girls finally made it, and Zari is trying to like not show that he's upset right now, because I think he's in shock, because you know, I don't think he ever put real thought into what he would do if his mom actually left. Oh my gosh, pretend this is not happening here. What the heck? Arlene, go home. You're heavily pregnant, and now you're grieving the loss of your baby's grandmother. What in the world? Please just go home. We're just gonna pretend that Arlene came out here to like just check in on Zari and, you know, see if he was okay, and then she went back home because, girl, you're pregnant. But Zari, what? I guess Zara, she's the girl, one of the other girls from the trailer park that, you know, Solara invited out with them to hang out. It just gave Zari the suggestive look. She just did. And Zari is like, you know, I just, maybe it'll make me feel better. I don't know. So he just accepted it. He's over here trying, you know what? He's being his mother's son right now. Because that's how Sienna would have handled her sadness, by bearing it by the attention of other men. And now he's over here trying to bear it with the attention of other women. Like, Zari's a mess. He's truly a mess. Oh, and it looks like Solara came, finally. She was running a bit late. And so he's gonna go over and talk with Solara now. He's like, hey, you know, the other girls, they got here, you know, and, you know, he's coming out to go see her. Oh, look, and she's out here with the other. He's all like, it's nice to see you. You know, I apologize for what happened the other night. And now Mo is, yeah, he's just gonna go. He thinks that she's hot. And he's like, wow, she's really pretty. I should talk to Mo too. Zari's being a mess right now. I just don't. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. He's all like, she's like, it's nice to see you, Zari, you know, how are you? And he's like, you know, it's New Year's Eve, I'm partying, you know, let's dance. And she's like, out here? He's like, why not? You know, you only live once. And he's over here like joking about it because, you know, he's hurting. And she's all like, are you okay? And he's all like, I'm not drunk or anything, if that's what you're asking. She's like, I wasn't asking if you were drunk. I just wanted to know if you're okay. Because, you know, this is, you know, this behavior is a little bit off. And he's all like, you know what? And he's going to accept her advances too. He's all like, you know what? Solara, why don't we go in? And we could dance some more and maybe we can make out. And Solara's like, whoa, like, Zari, what are you talking about? And he's all like, you're into me, right? You think I'm attractive, right? Lots of girls think I'm attractive, and, you know, right now you have the benefit of being with me right now, who lots of girls want. So, you know, why don't we go in and we can make out? And she's like, Zari, it seems like there's something going on with you. I'm sensing like heavy sadness with you. What's really going on? And like, Zari's taken aback by that, because he's all like, how would she know that, you know, I'm feeling sad? I'm not even showing it right now. I'm laughing, I'm joking, I'm doing all this stuff. How would she know that I was sad? And he's like, why would you think I'm sad? I'm fine. She's like, no, Zari, I could tell. Like, I could feel it at the very pit of myself that there's something going on with you, that you're sad. You're like, what is going on? And Zari's like, I mean, I'm not trying to like think about it or dwell on it, Solara, but I just found out like maybe 10-15 minutes ago that my mom died. And so now it's all making sense to Solara why Zari's acting this way, because she's like, Zari, that's horrible. I'm sorry. Like, you didn't have to come out and party with us like this. You should probably be at home, like, grieving. Like, what's going on? And he's like, you know, my mom, she wanted me to come out here and party. She wanted me to celebrate New Year's Eve, so like I kind of on some level feel like I owe that to her to actually do that. And she's like, but if you're not feeling good, then you shouldn't be here. I know your mom said that, but I'm pretty sure your mom, you know, wherever she is, she's thinking of you, and she's thinking that she wants you to be okay. And if you're not okay being here partying, then you shouldn't be okay. You know, you shouldn't stay here and party. So Zari tells her, but, you know, I stood you up last time, and so I probably owe it to you to stay and hang out, don't I? And Solara's like, Zari, I seen you, and I saw that you made the effort, but I also can feel that you're hurting. And, you know, it doesn't make me feel good having you be here when you're clearly sad. So why don't you go home? And he's all like, are you sure? And she's like, I am positive. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to be here right now if you're so sad. And so I'm gonna actually stop Zari. He's thinking about that. I think he's just gonna go in and say goodbye to... He's gonna go and say goodbye to the rest of the girls, because, you know, this night was kind of a bust. And I think what he's gonna do, he's gonna go ahead and head over to Arlene's, because she could get birth any minute now. And he's like, you know, I'm just gonna be with her right now, and with the baby, my mom won't get to meet her grandchild. And, like, he honestly is holding back tears thinking about that, because it's hard. So we're gonna end things here, you guys. I kind of had to flip the script a little bit towards the end there, because I wasn't expecting Miss Sienna to pass. I really wasn't. And it's like, I'm actually really taking it hard right now. Like, I've got like a lump in my throat right now. And like, y'all don't know how much I love that girl, and she's gone. And it's just, it's hard. It's very hard. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How are you guys feeling about Sienna being, you know, gone away now? How are you guys feeling about that? Did you expect that to happen in this episode? And by next episode, Zari's baby will be born. So continue to drop names. Again, if I don't use it for this baby, I might use it for, you know, Zari's future children. And yeah, let me know if you think he's having a boy or a girl. I'd be interested to hear. As always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.